Well, it looks like things at Ubisoft is not getting any better because apparently the employees for Ubisoft, specifically for like the French division of Ubisoft, um, they're very upset, and a lot of them are pretty much employees who work remotely, which means they don't work at the office; they work from home, and it's something that has been very convenient for them because it allowed them to rebuild different aspects of their life, like their housing and their family life and anything dealing with parenthood and all that stuff. And management recently had sent out a notice saying that employees has to return to office like 3 days per week, and that's something that pissed a lot of people off because a lot of people don't want to actually go to the office and work, despite the fact that COVID's over, more or less, because there's still like reports of new variants of COVID coming out, but no one really cares. I hardly see people with masks and everything. But the thing is, people are comfortable working at home, and they don't like going into offices and working with people that they don't know or don't like, and all that other stuff. That's something that's perfectly understandable. And apparently, a lot of the employees are so upset about this that there's a potential that there's a potential that they might go on strike a little bit later this month between October 15th and October 17th. And they have a list of demands in terms of what they want from Ubisoft, and one of them is like a formal agreement on remote work and not some arbitrary decision that they have to make month in advance in order to commit to a schedule where they have to return to the office and work, because a lot of companies have you sign like mandatory arbitration and you got to agree to their terms, otherwise no dice. And they also have it where they want salary increases because they're unhappy with their piss poor pay, and a lot of people would go on record and say they should be happy that they even have jobs with Ubisoft or have jobs in the gaming industry altogether, and they also want employees' opinions to be considered as a form of social dialogue, because it seemed like management just do whatever they want, and they don't really take the opinions of the employees into consideration. But that seems to be a thing in corporate America as well. And it's probably worse in France, considering the fact that we had that, big scandal that occurred back in late 2023. And honestly, like the French division of Ubisoft is like really, really bad because I believe the COO and the editorial vice president had gotten arrested or something like last year because of like sexual harassment allegations and all that. And it's something that goes all the way back to 2020, so it was around the time COVID started. And yeah, I mean, like a lot of people complained about it being a really toxic work environment. And I'm not exactly sure how much things have changed since then. I imagine, it's not as bad as it used to be. But after hearing all those things that we heard about Ubisoft in terms of like their work environment, I don't necessarily blame the employees for not wanting to come back. But at the same time, you look at like, a lot of like companies and corporations in general, it's set up where it's their way or the highway. And I guess people try to like, push for unions and stuff like that, but that doesn't necessarily go well a lot of the times, especially, in America, at least not to my knowledge. But yeah, I mean, this whole thing with Ubisoft is not looking good, and a lot of people are wondering how long that company is going to like, be in business from here on out, because it seems like the gaming industry in general is taking a tumble, and you're seeing it all across the board with various different companies in relations to layoffs or divisions being gaming divisions being shut down, and games not selling well, and the morale among employees being low, and just conflict between management and the employees and them not seeing eye to eye, and just all that stuff just going down across the board, and it doesn't look like it's something that's going to get better. And You look at Ubisoft, and you look at the franchises that they're behind. They're behind the Far Cry series, which is one of their more popular IPs. They're behind Just Dance, the video game series, and it's been irrelevant for a while now. And I don't think too many people pay that much attention to it. It barely gets any mainstream attention, and they're responsible for the Tom Clancy games, which is also one of the more popular IPs they have. And they also have Watch Dogs as well, because I think we're supposed to be getting like a movie or a television series for Watch Dogs sometime in the future. And I believe it's something that I made a video about, weeks ago. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, like Ubisoft, like for all of its, issues and all of its, financial woes and all that stuff. Um, I do feel that they do have a lot to offer in relation to like contributing to the world of gaming. I mean, you look at the Assassin's Creed game. I think Assassin's Creed is one of the few franchises that they have alongside Far Cry that still gets mainstream attention. And I know there's been a little bit of backlash with Assassin's Creed Mirage and all that stuff, but you know I do feel that people are still going to eat it up, and they're still going to buy the game, and they're still going to they're still going to check it out. It's going to cause the game to do pretty decent in sales. It's probably not going to sell as much as Assassin's Creed Black Flag or Valhalla or any of the previous installments or anything like that. And a lot of people will go on record and tell you that the Assassin's Creed series had peaked a while back or a couple of years ago, but I still feel like those IPs attract casuals for the most part, and that it's I feel like it's something that could kind of negate some of the negative like publicity that Ubisoft has been gaining within the past few years or so. But yeah, I have no idea what Ubisoft's going to look like 3 or 4 years from now. But a lot of people are hoping that things get better before they get worse, but it's something that I wouldn't cross my fingers and bet on either.